Good morning, guys. So today we're going to be doing the following learning target. Today you're going to revisit the article, The Oldest Rock Formations on Earth, in order to gather evidence about how uplift and subduction move rock formations. You're going to know you have it when you can use a web resource and your knowledge of science to help you model these changes. So for the warm-up, remember that we are trying to answer the question, how do rocks form and change for the unit? And chapter 3, how could rock from one of the regions, either the Rocky Mountains or the Great Plains, have transformed into a different type of rock in the other region? So you're going to be using a couple of resources. The first thing we're going to do is the simulation. We have some vocabulary you're going to be using to answer questions today. And you're also going to be using a web resource that I'm going to provide for you from the Learning Zone. And it's all about the rock cycle, where you're going to be able to form different rocks and cause them to transform in different ways. So here we go. Let's start with the simulation. So for the simulation, we're going to make some sedimentary and igneous rock, and then we are going to cause plate motion to happen and observe what does the plate motion do to sedimentary rock and what does it do to igneous rock. So let's first start by making some sedimentary rock. Let's do it. Sedimentary rock. By now you should know, right? Sedimentary rock forms as weathering causes small pieces of rock to break, which we call sediment. As that forms, it goes into the water, usually following the path of gravity through erosion. And then there's compaction and cementation, which eventually leads to the forming of sedimentary rock in a layer. Let's do a little more. More weathering. Notice the sediment breaking off, traveling down the path of gravity. Weathering is happening. And then compaction and cementation. Over thousands of years, and see the layers getting bigger. Now let's try some igneous rock. So we know we need to melt some magma. Okay, let's melt some magma. Here's the area we're going to do it. And we're going to cool it, let's say below the surface. Okay, and let's cool some magma at the surface. Let's do some more. And a little bit more. All right, that looks good. Now let's make the plates move and see what happens. Okay, paying attention here. I see something here. Paying attention here. Okay, all right, so you should have observed something happening here. You see something new forming. What type of rock is that? What happened? What do we call it when rock gets pushed up by plate motion? What is it called when plate gets pushed down by plate motion? And where did the igneous rock go? So take a moment now, turn this off, and you can go ahead and answer your warm-up questions.